going, man?
What up?
Welcome to Warrandyte.
Morning.
Yes.
Melbourne, Australia. This is where we are.
Yeah. Nice to be here.
Yeah, man. How's the tour going this far?
It's been sick, man. I'm finally relaxing a little bit. It's been hectic so far, but yeah, it's been really good. Like 3 good shows so far. So.
And it was New Zealand last week, yeah?
Yeah, New Zealand. It was Auckland, Christchurch, and Sydney. So it's been good so far, man.
Wicked,
chilling.
Man. What did you like about New Zealand?
Man, I mean, I wish I could see it in the summer because it looks magical, but I didn't get to see that much of it. But I can see why that's where the hobbits live, because the place is fucking sick, man.
Exactly, man. Yeah. What a beautiful country, eh?
Yeah. But yeah, the people, man. The people are so nice, man, and the coffee and the food. It was really sick there.
Any notable moments? Anything that stood out so far?
Man, I think that sunrise, dude, at fucking at Harry's house.
Harry's house.
It was like over Governor's Bay. It was like, I don't know, somewhere outside Christchurch. Yeah, it was amazing. We stayed up after the party for a little bit and watched the sunrise. That was my criteria. I was like, we're not leaving until we see the sunrise. But it was proper sunrise over the bay, you know.
Nice.
Weird trees, weird animals. Good place, man.
And good people.
Good people, man. All good people, man.
Yeah. Big up to all the Kiwis.
Yeah.
Over to Tasman.
Yeah. Bring me back.
So what do you think about Australian TV?
Australia, yeah, man, fuck. I don't really know. I just know that show. What is it? Summer Heights High. That shit's funny, and I love Big Les.
Yeah.
I've been introduced to Big Les. Yeah, I'm into Big Les.
What about YOLO?
Oh yeah, YOLO is sick. That's like Australian Beavis and Butthead meets Ren and Stimpy. That was sick, man. Yeah. No, I'm into it, man. I don't know if it's as funny if you're used to hearing that shit, but for me, it's definitely top tier humor.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's up there with American production, no doubt.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely, man.
It's really serious stuff. Man. So, how's things been since your latest release, or your album, more so on Noisy's Invisible Recording?
It's been good, man. Yeah, I really wanted to do an album because I think that is something that people can find. You know, if they're trying to figure out who Hybris is, they can find the album, and that's a pretty good representation of what I can do. And so I thought it was really important to do that. And since then, it seems like that's been the case. Is like people are catching on quickly. I mean, because I don't care if they pirate it or whatever, but I want them to find the right thing if they're looking for Hybris. And so I'm really glad to have a body of work that people can find and just get the full spectrum of what's possible there.
Yeah,
so, but life's been really good, man, and that has really helped.
Yeah, it's a wicked album, man. Big up. And the new EP, do you feel it's quite different to the album? Yeah,
I do. Well, I mean, the album I was trying to be like super experimental and just do everything that I could creatively do possible, but with the new EP, because I found when I did that with the album, I couldn't play a lot of the songs because they just weren't for a dance floor. But with the EP, I wanted every tune to be playable. I wanted it to be something that I would drop, and I've been dropping the whole thing, and I think it's been working really well. So that was really the goal, is that I want that to be something that people draw for when they are looking for something to play. So hopefully that'll happen, but for me it's been great in my sets recently.
Yeah, wicked, man. That's good to hear it. When it comes to production, how do you approach your studio workflow? Yeah,
I mean, I just have like a PC and Cubase and some monitors, and then like a treated room. But basically, I go in there in the morning. I try and get in like a couple hours of work, and then when the time comes, I have my studio in a club. So when the cafe opens, I go downstairs and get a pizza or a beer or maybe a club mate or something. And then I go back in for like the night work, and so like in the morning it's more administrative stuff and just trying to get stuff in line, but then at night I really try and vibe out. And I try and work as quickly as possible. Like I don't use like that many different plugins. I just use like a few things I really know.
You work on your own, or?
Yeah, always on my own. I mean, I have done a couple of collabs in the studio, but like it's tiny, so it's got to be the right sort of person, like who doesn't mind being in like a closet for like 6 hours. But yeah, it's usually just me in the studio by myself, and then I take breaks, and it's a real kind of minimal gear and minimal plugins sort of approach, but I try and work quickly and try and get the ideas out there. And then I also try and really hone in on and really work on the details. Like the details are really important to me, so that I'll spend hours on one small little thing because I think that's really important. But yeah.
I guess that's become a bit of a signature to your sound as well, right?
Yeah, I guess people notice, you know, people are like, how do you get it so clean? And it's like, well, I don't know, I spend hours and hours on it, and so there's no trick to it, it's just zooming in and fucking getting it really tight, and that's the technique, I guess.
What's the signature Hybris synth?
I guess the synth, would be, I don't know, I mean, I really use a lot of FM8, so I guess a lot of people do these days, but I just think you can do anything with FM8. Yeah, so I guess that would be the main one I go to, but these days I've been trying Zebra a lot more, and Diva, and I don't know what else. I guess, there's this new thing called Spectral, which is a weird one, but I've been playing with that one a lot. But FM8 for me is like, I can get what I want from that usually.
So you're always looking to, you more musical type?
I mean,
going for that sound, or are you going for the...
It's weird because like I don't have that much of a musical
variation in like the back catalogue.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely have a background in in drum and bass really, but I did play guitar, and I took music theory classes, and I played piano for a while. But yeah, I mean, I try and go for something that is musical, but with drum and bass, we're not trying to write symphonies, and fucking play them. So I think I'm trying to go for. I always try and go for something that's like, for me, intellectually stimulating, but that will work on the dance floor. So I want to cater to like the lowest common denominator, but also cater to the highest common denominator. Something that works with both is the ideal for me, and it's hard, but sometimes it happens, I guess.
What do you feel about the difference between technical approach in music, but more so looking at from the making grooves perspective? Like, what do you think is involved in a certain artist signing off on a groove? Like, what is that signature thing to them that makes them?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're going deep.
Yeah, it is deep.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's an important question,
Yeah, it is an important question.
People, like you can spend hours making sounds, but when you get groove,
yeah. I mean, what I would say is I think that making quality sounds is super important always. But I think letting it go at some point is just as important. And some people are just super good at just letting it go and just taking sounds and putting them together and making the song. And some people are good at making all those little pieces. But in order to really be a producer, I think you need to be able to do both of those things. And for me these days, I'm struggling more with letting go because I've spent so much time sharpening the technical skills. But I think it comes, and it's more about the personality and the kind of approach you take to it in the studio. Like, you got to have fun if you're going to get that groove right, and you got to actually be grooving to it, because you cannot be a 100% scientist and say, I have made the perfect groove. Like, it's just not going to happen. So yeah, I guess it's got to be a balance, but I'm definitely working more on just grooving out now.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a difference between like a very technical sound song as opposed to a technical song with really good groove as well.
Exactly, yeah.
So when talking about the creative workflow, how do you feel having your balance in life relates to music and your creative output?
Like, for me, I think I have to have my life at least somewhat in order to do anything, I guess. And but for me, I think I have to work on drum and bass 60% of the time, you know what I mean? Like, to be in it, because if you don't have at least 2 days in a row of having that song in your head and like advancing on something, you're not going to get the
idea out.
You're not going to solve the puzzle, like, so I think, yeah, for me, at least 2 days in a row. 3 days is optimal, but like, I do work still. I teach English, so sometimes I have to work on Wednesday, and so I'll have like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and that's good. But if I just have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is the day I really want to work, and I got to go in and teach some people. But yeah, but I think time is the most important factor in working on tunes. You have to have lots of time and be willing to invest it, definitely.
Yeah, and do you find you get less output when you're touring?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but the thing is, like, if I just have gigs on the weekends, which is usually the case, I come back to Prague with a fresh head, and I really am amped for it. So if I don't have gigs for like a month or two, that's the worst for me, because then
too much,
yeah, or no, you're just not inspired, you know, to see how your stuff is happening on the dance floor. But every time you get to test it out a little bit more, it's a lot nicer.
Definitely.
So is it mainly drum and bass crowds you've been playing to at the events?
Yeah, mostly. But I do get the odd event where like I'm the only drum and bass act, and actually it works out pretty well, because I feel like I try and cover a range of sounds within what I'm into, and so far it's been pretty good. Like whenever I encounter a crowd that's not a drum and bass crowd, they seem to still be pretty alright these days. Yeah.
So with the gigs you've been doing, anything that stands out in regards to the memory of the gig?
Ah, shit. I mean, not really. Yeah, I mean, no, I think what has been standing out recently.
Where do you play mainly?
Well, I'm playing all over Europe, basically.
Yeah,
and actually, I guess I could say the Noisy Invites gigs really do stand out to me. Those are sick parties, and they're always really well organized, and the people are so hyped to see it. So those are, definitely the ones that stand out to me. But as far as like crazy ass experiences, man, I'm an old man, you know. There's nothing completely insane. But I don't know what else to say about it.
Do you think you'll be making beats still when you're 60?
I have no idea, man. I've been thinking about that recently, because I'm 30 now. But like, so far so good. I'm pretty happy with everything.
You are an old man.
Yeah, exactly. But like, no, I mean, as far as like continuing doing it, I'm planning on continuing doing it as long as I'm still enjoying it. And right now I'm enjoying it a lot. Like recently the gigs have been good, the crowds have been into it, and I just feel like I'm doing the sound I want to do, and people are responding, and that's the most important thing for me right now. Is like, it's the first time it's been that way in my life, so I'm really happy about that. For sure.
Well, it's good to hear you've had such a wicked time so far, and there's still another half to go. So.
Yeah, man. No, I'm pumped about the weekend. That should be sick.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
It's been good having you, and we look forward to the next few shows.
Yeah, man. Thanks, dude.
What's your favourite synthesizer waveform?
Man, I think TX Wave 2 is the best.
Right.
For everything.